Welcome on Youth Affairs with Abisola Infusion. Welcome everybody. How was our week? The hustle and everything. How did it go? Mine was good. Not easy, but then it was really, really nice. On today's episode, we'll be talking about something quite interesting. Sometimes it's really difficult to do, but then we need to, learn to do some of these things for ourselves, for the society, for everybody around us, for ourselves basically. Because when you help people, you are really, really helping yourself. So on today's episode on Youth Affairs with Abisola Infusion, we'll be talking about giving back to the society. Yeah, doing voluntary jobs in the society. And with me in the house is the CEO of Push Foundation, Mr. John Bosco. Good morning, sir.
Okay, good morning.
Yeah.
My name is Ben Adesina. I'm the CEO and founder of Push Foundation.
Thank you so much for coming. But before we, talk about giving back to the society, let's go on a break.
COVID-19 dey really o, e dey close and e dey dangerous, no be lie. Now with collective responsibility to dey protect ourselves, family, the wiki, plus include all the elderly people them. My people, you must to dey careful. Even self, whether you think say you dey strong, no forget say you get somebody wey dey at risk. Pastors, imam, say una dey follow all the guidelines of social distancing for una congregations. Our market people, plus include bus drivers, taxi drivers, okada rider, abina marwa. Wetin una dey do to protect yourself with una fellow citizens? Banking, school, and business owners. Now your responsibility to protect public space. Make coronavirus vamusu. Remember, say COVID-19 dey take spread when people wey don't get them they talky, cough, sneezy, abi you can't get contact with contaminated surface them. Oyo State government don't set up a statewide decontamination network to dey arrest the spread of the virus and to protect the people of Oyo State. Our governor, His Excellency Engineer Seyi Makinde, they salute you now for your support and commitment to dey keep Oyo State safe and prosperous.
Abisola Infusion, and I said we'll be talking about giving back to the society. With me is still Mr. John. Thank you for coming. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation here.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm sure that this topic will do all of us a whole lot of good. Because I'm really anticipating, I want to give back to society. I want to help people that need help. So, in your own word, in your own terms, who is a volunteer?
Well, I feel a volunteer is someone who is willing to render a selfless service.
Selfless.
Without, having it in mind that he or she is going to get something in return.
Okay, so there's no pay.
No, there are some services you render that you get paid.
Okay.
There are some international organizations, international NGOs that pay.
Okay.
That pay volunteers, probably stipends. It may not be a big amount of money like that, but something small just to encourage you. But as a volunteer, you have to be passionate. You have to have this drive that that is keeping you on track.
Okay.
You are not after the pay. You are just after giving yourself
being
to society.
selfless.
Exactly, being selfless.
Okay.
So it's an humanitarian character that has to be imbibed by everyone. That's from my own perspective.
Especially youth.
We have this mindset of, I need to make money, especially if you are from by the age of, let's say, between 20 and 30.
Yeah.
You'll be having this, be calculating. My mates are already getting cars.
Yeah.
I want to start buying my own. So,
yeah.
An average Nigerian, or let me say an average African, will not have this mindset of volunteering.
Everybody
we all
wants
want
money.
a paid job,
Yes.
something that we just do sharply and get paid.
up.
But to be honest with you, volunteering pays. I've been into volunteering for the past 5 years. Aside from my NGO Push Foundation, I've been volunteering for other NGOs and other organizations, and I feel everybody should imbibe this attitude of volunteering.
Okay.
It helps a lot. Let's start from here. The major problems we have in the country today, if we as a country encourage the act of volunteering, we will not be facing this problem today. What do I mean?
How do you mean?
Okay, let's start from the governance. We all have issues with, don't let me assume, but I personally have issues with the political caucus. Almost everybody have
90%.
So with the leadership of the country,
Yeah.
at every stage, federal, state,
even local government and everywhere.
So I was talking about volunteering, how it will help us to conquer this thing.
Okay.
Had it been as a leader, you have volunteered in the past, or you have this mindset of coming to lead us, and we are just coming to serve, you are coming to volunteer. I've read of some leaders, not in Nigeria, in the Western world, that during their stay in the political office, they didn't collect their salary at all. So after leaving the office, the salary accumulated and they contributed it to the community.
Wow.
Is that not a selfless act?
Like,
so
for how long? Like they worked for that long, and
it's just like you becoming a governor of your state for 4 years, and throughout the 4 years you did not collect your salary.
You give it
so
out.
After leaving the office, your salary accumulated with profit, then you now donated it to your state.
That's huge.
Exactly. So if we all see ourselves as volunteers, no matter the level, no matter the political office you are holding, you are seeing that I'm just coming to volunteer, I'm coming to serve, I'm a servant. You're not seeing yourself as a boss. You're not walking around with a lot of mobile police. You're not walking around. Even the poorest of the poor cannot access you, because you are telling us you are the chief servant of the country, but even the poor cannot access you. You are serving us, but we that you are serving, we cannot access you. Doesn't make any sense. So if we all see ourselves as volunteers, I feel this nation will be in a better place. Number two, we are talking about insecurity. Volunteering has to do with love. If I don't love the cause I want to volunteer for, I won't be a part of it.
Is there a cause for volunteering?
Okay, there are different type of volunteering activities. Okay. You could choose to volunteer for a charity organization. You could choose to volunteer for a community. Maybe the community is in need of a particular maybe water supply, no clean water, no electricity. You want to volunteer for them to raise funds and do some other stuff. You could volunteer to help in an hospital, like this time of COVID now. I just be a volunteer. I want to help.
No.
You see what I'm talking? You see, you have to have that love.
It's really like, I don't know. I would not advise somebody to go to the hospital right now.
I will advise someone to go to the hospital.
I think I'll just prefer you going somewhere else.
No, that's what I'm talking about. Love.
It's really serious
love is
right
the backbone of volunteering. Let's say, for instance, I read of a nurse, I think a nurse or a doctor in Pakistan, a doctor rather. This guy, his name is everywhere now. What did he do during the time of COVID? I mean, the first wave. There was no PPE. You know what I'm PPE? There was no PPE to protect himself in Pakistan. Then when the COVID just came, this guy volunteered. He treated almost all cases as at that time, selflessly. At the end of the day, he contracted the disease, the virus, and he died. But till date, his name is still ringing everywhere because he volunteered himself. What am I trying to say? Love. If we all love one another, I feel this nation will be in a greater position.
Yes, it's true.
If we love one another, the Hausas will not be fighting the Fulanis, the Boko Haram will not be there disturbing us. Everything will just work well.
Kidnap, everything.
So all what I've been talking about, all the issues facing the country still have to do with selfless service, love, caring for one another. As the founder of Push Foundation, I don't see myself as the founder. I see myself as a lead volunteer. So each time we go for outreaches, I'm always there with the planning. I can even help you with the planting of the tents, cleaning of the chairs, just to make sure that everything goes well. So there is no boss, there is no servants. We are all servants. We are all volunteers. Just to have this sense of leadership, not boss. You don't have to be bossy. You have to come down to the level of everybody, play with everybody, so that everything will work fine. So the bottom line is love. We need to love ourselves. We need to love one another. If that love is not there, then nobody will want to volunteer. Everybody will want to make money, want to do something that will pay you in return. And to be honest with you, volunteering pays. Because when you volunteer, you learn.
Okay, let's take it one step at a time. Okay, so when you were talking about a volunteer, you said the person has to be selfless, and that's like the take home. So if you want to be a volunteer, you have to be selfless. You have to, think about others, forget about yourself. But really, it's really not that easy, because when you are working as a volunteer, you see a lot of people out there making money, and you're like, okay, so how everybody's making money, and you're working 9 to 6 as a volunteer, and you're not even getting anything.
Let me share my experience with you. I used to work with I will not mention name, but I used to work with a giant telecommunication company in Nigeria here. So but when I got this mandate of doing Push Foundation, I resigned.
Wow.
So to some people, this guy is crazy. Are you okay? Are you all right? how would you resign a well-paid job for something that's
It's not even giving you anything.
And to be
You have
honest
to
with you,
give,
this,
have to
in this
give.
part of the country, people have messed up NGOs. Like some people have funded some funds in the past and defrauded some a lot of people. So you coming now to now start afresh to set up that industry is like
It's not easy.
so what we are trying to say is something that I've passed through.
True.
But to be honest with you, like I mentioned initially, that passion must be there. There must be something
So
driving.
that was what pushed you, even with everything. So how did you cope with people talking and you were not getting anything?
I don't care. When I started, I was reaching out to friends and family. When you start stuff like that, you have to start with people that trust you.
Okay.
Because as at that moment, there was no money to even register with CSE, and we already started actions, activities. So no money to register with CSE, no school or what do they call it with CSE, nothing, no corporate account. You know, once you are not registered, you cannot open an account. Corporate account. So and nobody will support your NGO with a private account. They will feel all this kind of so I had to start starting very small from the scratch, reach out to friends and families that trusted me, and people responded. You know, started with donating of clothing, whatever you have, your own sack maybe someone else's Christmas clothes. So donate those stores and let's give them out. So we started from there, food items, free medicals. We partner with some medical personnel, you know, nurses, doctors. Then from there, it all started. So it's not all about money. You cannot wait till you have 30 billion in your account before you start reaching out. It will not work. If you're having that mentality, until I have rich, you might not even have it. And even when you have it, your thinking will be different.
You want more money. You even want more money. The more
every
money
rich man wants to get richer.
Yes.
So if you are waiting for a certain time that let me wait till like clock 50, maybe by that time I will have made a lot of money. Some people will tell you, it's that reaching out is part of my retirement plan. You know, when I retire, I will have my NGO, I will have my orphanage. You need to start right now. Right now.
What if something else comes up after you're 50 and you don't even have time for it?
Thank you. So it's all about having passion for it. It's something that is very tiring, especially in this part of the world. I was fortunate to be in a conference of other guys that we have the same like minds, and they were telling us, okay, it was two of us from Nigeria, other guys from France, from Germany. We were not telling them that it's not easy to set up an NGO in Nigeria. So they were looking at us, are this guy serious? He said it's quite, registering an NGO in Nigeria is, I think the minimum is maybe 130K. 130,000. I don't know now. As at that time when we did our own, was 130,000, and it's even depending on who is helping you out, the agent and the location. This is like Abuja. You'll be registering your NGO with like 200K, 250K.
Like
even Lagos is more expensive. So now we were not discussing, and they were telling us it's quite expensive. Their own country is very easy. I said, can you see? So what we face in the country is, in fact, the economy, the system is not encouraging anything. I mean, the youth. It's not encouraging entrepreneurs. It's not encouraging social entrepreneurs. You know, so we just have to be pushful. We have to have this attitude of, I can do it. I will try. This and I've started must grow. We started for the past 5 years. Just this morning, I woke up and I realized that Felajiro Toye posted my foundation.
Yeah, I saw it.
I saw it. So I was just like, nobody. I did not write anybody. I did not even.
You tagged the foundation.
Yeah, the tag. He went to Facebook. He went to Instagram.
Yeah.
I said, wow.
I saw it on Instagram.
Can you see? I said, I never made any move. I never beg anybody to get me. We're just doing our own thing. And this is what we've been doing for 5 years. And let me now tell you this. Felajiro Toye is one of my inspirators. You know, there was a time when I was 7, about 6 years ago, I attended one of his programs in Lagos. I traveled from Ogun State then to Lagos. So he's one of the people that actually inspired me then to start this.
Wow.
And I'm sure you never knew about this. So waking up this morning, I just went to my Instagram. I was seeing Dear Push Foundation. I said,
I saw it.
Are you kidding? So that is how it goes. Had it been we've stopped, we've quit, and we're like, this thing is not making sense. Let me just leave this for another thing. You know. So I feel if you are passionate about touching lives, if you are passionate about